Okay. Quails are also wasting food so much. I'll be modifying this existing feeder to suit the quails. And you're gonna need a scissors, tape, and you need to cut the tape about an inch long and 8 pieces. That way you can cut right in the middle, and you'll be folding in to both sides. That way it's stick in there. And now you need to put right about here. That way about halfway, and you stick them in. That way it's open hole. It's a V shape. And you repeat that 8 times. Oops.
Do you find that hole needing to be open about a half inch or so?
Yes.
I mean, as far as what you're cutting?
Uh-huh. If I don't do this way, the quails can't get to the fines. Then it's all jammed up and it doesn't feed through.
Well, I might add, we use feed tubes that fit right into the top of this feeder, and they're about 4 feet tall and approximately 3 inches across. And we're feeding roughly over 60 quail. And when you get fines built up in there, it won't feed down the tube. And by cutting that V, opening that hole just a little bit, helps with this process of not getting feed wastage and not getting a fines build up to where it continues to feed down.
But make sure the supporting is not all the way out, so it'll stick to the feeder. This will prevent the feed to get stuck in there.
So that is a problem that you've noticed?
Yes.
Now, how long does this will this last?
This lasts about a month.
Huh.
But then you have to redo. Sometimes it lasts a little longer, but just if quail does pick on these tapes that they think is something they're gonna eat.
So it lasts about a month then. Lasts about a month then?
Yes. But this will saves a whole lot of feed. We get not much the feed go through.
I might add, we don't raise our quail in cages. These are in flight pens that are 7.5 feet by 7.5 feet by roughly 6.5 feet tall at the tallest point. So our birds do fly and are quite flighty, but
And this will also lessen all the sawdust go into the feeder.
I didn't. Yeah, thanks for adding that. I didn't put that. Didn't say they're raised not on the floor. They're raised on wood shavings, kind of a fine type wood shaving, And what we're doing with that is we allow that for their poo essentially to build up and compost right in the pen. So this wood shavings is roughly a foot and a half thick or so, deep, and by adding water to it, it composts right up. Makes great garden fertilizer. So now that she's got all the holes beat out,
done, so it what needs to get this just a little strip of tape to go in between there. So, and
also this is how you get that little extra usage out of it.
yes.
Didn't you used to take a piece of tape and go all the way around the outside when you first started doing this?
But that's too much tape. It's not straight, and it just feed gets
Feed gets under there and kind of pushes it out.
So
okay, so this lasts
one
longer.
works better. I notice.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, this will that's eventually just the squares peck on it. It'll lift up. This way it's preventing they peck on this right there end of it. There you have it.
Okay, we just finished filming the inside part. Decided to bring you on out here and have a look-see of what we're really talking about. And this is the creator, my wife. And so let's head on in. As I said before, our pins are 7.5 feet by, this one over here is actually 6.5 feet. This one over here is 7.5 feet. And as we go inside, yes, this is a live pin with poo on the floor, so we kind of like to be a little careful going in here or we'll get poo all over our feet. But anyway, as you can see here at the bottom, you can see the quail eating and how that V is working. And as I said before, our tubes are about 4.5 feet tall. We've got one over here that's even taller, and this is one of our earlier versions that didn't quite work out near as well. We use these type of waters, and it seems to work out really well. We have little cubbies over here along the side that the quail like to lay eggs in. Sometimes we have the quail that like to do the, we call them the walk and drop, where they just lay on the run. But as you can see, the quail seem to be quite happy in here. They're not too flighty, so. Alright, yeah, so anyway, this works out really well. Feed feeds down the tube, and all is happy, we're happy, they're happy. This is a good way to feed.